Hey guys, it's Chris, day 11. It's currently 8:50 a.m. Been farting around on this, just poking it. Continuity testing after getting about 6 hours of sleep last night. New record. Anyway, last night, around midnight or whatever it was, I cut out the 74HCO2, whatever the heck this is, where I discovered some hidden battery damage, a busted trace, and more importantly, battery scuzz. So I'm going to replace that chip with a brand new one. I have a couple bodge wires to do underneath of it. These are brand new chips, legs spread far. I went through the pinouts. There is some significant battery damage on the top pin, which would be around this area, this pin. The problem with that, or the luck with that, is it's a ground plane right there. That pin is inactive, which saved my bacon because all this was etched out. I do have one line up here, this one that runs down, kind of got busted. I have to take it to R470. It's a 3.3 ohm resistor. Alright, so there's our socketed chip, right? Another Ady 564 socketed for the amber. Amber repairs are really a pain. The parts are expensive, and it's a lot of You can see amber's got a lot of spaghetti. And we'll test the continuity from pin 1 to that cap. Bingo. I wonder if it will actually work now. Give my eyeballs a moment of rest. It's 9:07 a.m. Low and high. Takes a second. Realize there's no scuzzy. There's our kickstart ROM. Alright, here we go. Flipping it down. Nope. We're seeing some of the kickstart screen. It's centered, sorta. The ball should be over here. We're not seeing it proper. I'm gonna get the toner out. This is the kind of crap you gotta go through. I checked all these lines, but you know, when you touch something on battery acid damaged stuff, you can cause more problems or uncover crazy problems that you didn't have before. Remember, this is 30-year-old lead solder on acid-damaged stuff. 481's been replaced, 477's been replaced, 480 pins out. It's still pointing to these bad RAM chips. Now, I could tone out these guys. These are the D42101C-3s, $27 a pop. The battery damage was still right around here, and all this has been replaced. This is the clock area. Haven't even got to the clock area yet. Paula, Denise, check out. They're working. Now, I could try the variable trimmer capacitor again. So, last we checked off, I had everything working, minus the interlaced, scan doubled thingy on amber. When the switch is in the down position, turning amber on, there's no 31 kilohertz. It does provide 15 kilohertz, which is great. So that's a plus. The RGB's working, and everything's cool. I just removed the 7 picofarad, or 2 to 7 picofarad trimmer capacitor, and I have a whole bunch more. So I'm going to put a new one in. So we're back with Rusty. Rusty is running. It booted fine. Low, high, Amiga test kit in the floppy drive. Before I probe this, I'm going to zero out my, use the 1 kilohertz generator, just to make sure I'm in a pure square wave so I don't have any weird. Alright, so 1.1, my adjustment looks good. 14, it's jumping around too. I need this off. Get off. Look at that, I'm so close. 17 kilohertz out the box. Oh, alright, so I need to adjust it to 14.1878. 12. Oh man, this is like micro movements. Okay, so I have it adjusted to just shy of 14 megahertz. It's supposed to be 14.1878. 28.3755. Oh god, this is boring. Yeah, I finally got it. Yeah, it's effed. I just don't want to give up. It's been 10 days. I have dumped probably a good $100 into this machine already. So let's see how far we get. 10:45 p.m. I cut out the 74 HC04N buffer chip because I kept having weird issues with continuity. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It is 10 after 11 and I am exhausted. I've been up since 4:50 a.m. I'm gonna get more than 4 hours of sleep tonight. Maybe 4.5, 5 even. I'm so tired of messing with this. I'm getting blue phases showing up. I found another broken wire, but it's something to do with these freaking big DRAM chips here, because if I kind of push on them, I can get green to come in, RG, but it's all out of whack. I mean, it's all out of whack. So what we're going for here are these 3 Oki data chips. One of them is red, one of them is green, and one of them is blue, of which I have no idea which ones there are. All I know is that red works, and the other 2 don't. All 3 chips are now socketed. Oki data, Oki data, Oki data. I've socketed 6 chips on this side for amber. I've been wearing the helmet of Goober so much, my regular glasses just, they don't function. The original RAM chip in the top one, the new one is in the middle, and the bottom is still original. Okay, so this is the off position, amber in the on position. Same thing. Weirdo connector. Pressing on the red, nothing. Pressing on the other one, nothing. Pressing on the other one, nothing. I'm going to swap out the other 2 chips. 3 Oki data chips have been replaced and we're in the same red shift. The phase is a little better, but nope. It's like it almost got the other ball in there. I just can't get the colors to do anything. Or these RAMs aren't good either. Supposedly if you fart on these things, they die. Crystal clear on RGB, which is the Amiga's native video. Crystal clear, 31 kilohertz or 15 kilohertz. 31 is only red. I have removed the amber chip, so I pinned out amber. Pinned it out. All the continuity matches. 4 buffer chips, 3 Oki datas. A kind user by the name of Mr. Brett sent me some Oki data RAM chips from one of his dead boards. Is that RAM bad too? I don't know. Put it in there, same red shift. So Mr. Jonathan is sending me RAM from across the pond. That's going to be here soon. So in the meantime, I have went through and just kind of lifted all of the pins in this socket to make them hang out again. I don't know, I'm at my wit's end. Brought it back from the dead. It was totally dead. A lot of rewiring, a lot of sockets, a lot of cleaning. Denise soldered to the board because it was so crappy. RGB works, both vidiots are working, everything pins out. Unless it's a bad buffer chip, I don't see how. Acid only got up to the, polarized, NE564. And let's hit the damn thing, let's go. Turn it on, monitor on. It's got a red shift, I know it. I did have a little bit of blue on it one time. By itself, it was cool. I don't know. Just pinned out the entire amber on the Sprint layout viewer. Hey, you know what? Turn the monitor on might help. I do that to myself all the time. Red shift with a little bit of blue. You'll see it here. You can see the ball. It's like there a little bit. I don't know. It's weird. You can see that. Look, there's the ball. It just kind of popped in there. Do you see that? I don't know if you can or not. It's there. Ghosted. I mean, it's got to be the RAM. It's the only thing I can think of. This is the swapped RAM. It's better than the RAM that was in there. And there's blue phasing in. Look, here comes some blue. There's blue phasing in as it warms up. So now we have red and blue, but no green. And coming up on some white here, and then it'll fade out. There we go, losing the blue as it heats up. But watch, I'll flip it non-interlaced. Boop, perfect. That is going to have to be it for Rusty. I just do not have an answer. Without a spare amber, I can't really tell, and I don't want to risk damaging my own on removal. You never know. And that's it. I could get another one for $100, but I'm tapped out on funds. I spent everything repairing these, so I am butts out on parts until next month. And I've had this board long enough. I don't like keeping people's boards for a super long time, so that's going to be all I can do on Rusty. It functions, but it's not 100%, and there's unfortunately nothing that I can do about it. If the user one day can find brand new RAM that doesn't exist, they're socketed so they could get it proper. But getting RAM chips third party or out of another dead machine, you don't know if they had an issue too. It's hard to say. So unfortunately that's all I can do. But Rusty is back from the dead, and it does fully function, and it's awesome. And it's an Amiga 3000 that's been de-rustified and back in action. So I hope this series helped some of you learn how crazy it is working on an Amiga 3000. There's a lot of logic in these, and thank God for CPLDs, huh? Takes the place of a lot of this glue logic and all these things. So I could go re-Amiga, but I can't. That's 3,000 desolders and 2,000 resolders, and my brain can't do that. It would take me over a year with my current schedule, and that's something I do not do. So at least we have a functioning Amiga 3000. We're back in action, minus the scan doubled flicker fixer, but the RGB side and the 31 kilohertz monitor plug works fine on a VGA monitor. So motherboard's in. Alright, with the screws in, I'm going to turn this around. You're going to notice normally on an Amiga 3000 there's a big ugly piece of felt that runs through here. I have eliminated that. Board's back in. I'm going to assemble the power supply and floppy drive tray. She's ready. I forgot to record. I was playing music mods. I don't have the lid on yet. I hooked up a SCSI hard drive. You can see the light will work. It should boot my Workbench 3.1. This is a 3.2 ROM. I've pre-copied the libs for the 3.2 or 3.14 and greater to all my drives in the past. Sorry, a little tired. Hard drive light's functional. Floppy needs to be wiped off and screwed in. I have to go get longer screws. Bingo, bingo. A couple more things to button up. But it's working. The owner, I reached out to the owner, let him know what was going on with the RAM chips. And Jonathan in the United Kingdom, thank you, found these 4K, 4-byte Oki Data RAM chips somewhere, and he's going to send them on over. So that is freaking awesome. I'll let the owner know I can give it a shot. Don't know if they're going to work, but I'm willing to give it a try if he doesn't mind waiting a little longer. This is done. I went over to my storage side. I got 3 different SCSI drives. That one's mine. I don't mind sacrificing a SCSI drive for an Amiga 3000. I don't know what these are, or what's up. This one came with my Amiga 4000. It says Toaster Software. Alright, SCSI drive unknown. Let's see what it is. Read configuration. 122 megs. That is horrible. I don't know if it can do direct SCSI transfer, but we're going to give it a shot. 30 buffers, leaving it alone. This only has 8 megs of RAM. Saving. There's DH0. Popped right up. Let's format this sucker. It's a real SCSI disk, so I can't do a... Where's the hell S? S, Y, S, T, E, M. Take trash can out, leave the rest. We got to do a full format. It's 121 megabytes. Hard drive light is hard driving, and I don't know how long it's going to take to format 120 megs on a 16 megahertz Amiga, but it's always 1994 down here, so I'll be right back when it's done. So that failed. It's been 22 minutes. It's 4:22. In the meantime, I ran to Lowe's. The screws you need for an Amiga 2000 or 3000 are these. They are M4.70 pitch, 6mm length. Now, I got several packs of those because they're the standard ones. I also got the Lockstar lock washer things for the side case because they're supposed to be tan screws, but they're gone. I also got I got 2 packs of 6. I also got a 10 and a 12. Why? Because the floppy disk has a longer screw, and it always gets misplaced or put somewhere. In Rusty's case, it was rusted and snapped off. But if you have a .6, it's not enough because there's a big old gap right here where it has to go. So I'm going to do a 10 first and see if that goes. I'm actually going to turn this off. Oh, real scuzzy hard drives make a lot of noise. I always lose the card, so I always forget. Now here in America, it's hard to find metric screws. So there we go. Yay! And then this will go right in. And she's screwed in. There we go. Brand new screws, lights, everything's basically brand new. Rusty, not rusty anymore. Real scuzzy hard drive. New front faceplate. Cover DF1. Working floppy. And workbench. Rusty's in a box with padding all around it. It also has a bubble wrap. It's going to do a box. Double wrapped with bubble wrap. This box with the actual Amiga 3000 is packed in bubble wrap. The box is on the inside. The box is going to be cradled in a shield of bubble wrap. And then I will then pack said box on all corners with industrial grade, recyclable, you can rip it and stick it anywhere you need to. Packing the entire thing with bubble wrap. I have another box to put in his external floppy drive. And then you'll be good to go. So always double box your stuff when you pack, especially Amigas, because that way if the outer box gets messed up, you have the inner box and the items padded in the inner box too, and it ain't going nowhere. This is 30 pounds. 30 pounds. So I want to make sure that 30 pounds doesn't move around. This is what it was shipped with. It was shipped with those little bubble things, but they all broke, as you can see. Every single one of them, those air, whatever these are, those little big bags of air, every single one of them was busted. But, you know, it'll help for some padding. I'll put the other box right here with the disk drive and all the junk that I pulled out of the Amiga. I don't know if this Atari joystick came with it or not. I can't remember. This is a spare crystal, the original 1.5 ROMs, and all of the busted chips. Now for doing this, I was able to keep for myself a floppy drive. This one's really cool. It's an Epson. I like this one because it's different. This one is a standard. I don't know what model it is. And it works. They're both head correct. They work well. So I'm going to return this one. Just shy of 1.5. Where you at? Just shy of 1.5 months I've had all this stuff. And the large majority of it was waiting for parts. And that is 30 pounds of Amiga double boxed and wrapped in bubble wrap. So we're gonna fill the last bit of cavity here. Nothing moves. I'm gonna print out some shipping labels and drop this off at UPS. It's gonna be pretty expensive to ship, but that's cool. I'm glad to see Rusty lives again. We're good to go.